So late last year, I think it was September time, I filmed a video on my iPhone XR and I got rid of my iPhone 5S, which I'd had forever, and I got the iPhone XR, and it got quite a lot of views and people seemed to really like it, and a lot of people asked to do a what's in my iPhone, and I put off doing it for quite a while because it wasn't really the direction I wanted to take my channel, but I've decided now, why not? Like, people actually want to see it, I'm happy to do it, and I actually think it could be quite relevant because I'm going to show what's on my iPhone, the apps I use, and also kind of how I use them to organise myself, and I work from home, and how I use them for that, basically. So I figure it's not completely irrelevant, so I'm going to do this video, and I just need to work out how to make it record this screen, so I can put that here. So I'm going to screen record while I go through my apps, and I'm going to put it there. Hopefully I can work out how to do that, and I'm going to turn the screen record on now. I actually didn't know that you could screen record right from your phone and that it was already there as an option until I looked up to do this video. So, you know, you learn something new. So let's do this. 3, 2, 1, and we're in. The wallpaper is my cat, Lucy. It's a very cute photo of her, so there we go. So yeah, first page on the phone is just basically the standard ones that Apple gives you, with the exception of Google Maps. I don't like Apple Maps that much. Use Google Maps instead of a sat nav in my car sometimes, and I also use it for like walking directions. Like if I need to walk somewhere and I don't know how to get there, I'll use Google Maps. It's pretty good. Pretty sure most people do though, so nothing new. Weather I sometimes use. Notes I use all the time just for like mocking up things, reminders. Yeah, I use notes quite a lot. Don't use Reminder app, don't use News, don't use many of these. Okay, so Outlook is the main email service that I use. I use it for my business emails, so I obviously have that on my phone so that I see all the new emails coming in no matter where I am or what I'm doing. I don't use Apple Music, but I do use Spotify. Dodie, there we go. I have such a varied mix of music, but I like a bit of everything really. I love country music though, not gonna lie, I think that's my guilty pleasure. So yeah, my 4 little main ones at the bottom: Spotify, text, internet, and ringing, just a normal phone app. You know, this is not exciting. Let's get on to the next page. Again, some ones I don't use. I'm just going to skip the top ones because apart from calculator, which everyone uses probably at some point, it's probably not that exciting. So down to social media. These are like the main apps that I use on this phone. So firstly, I have YouTube, you know, good old YouTube app. Probably where I spend most of my time, to be completely honest. Oh wait, I did forget one. Podcasts. I love podcasts. I actually listen to podcasts quite a lot. I listen to quite a variety of podcasts. Gold Digger. My favourite is the 3-point perspective. It's kind of filling the lecture-shaped hole in my heart. So it's like uni lectures, it's similar kind of topics to that. It's illustration, and I would really recommend it if you are an illustrator because it's brilliant and it's really nice to have on while you're working as well. And another illustration one, Art Side of Life, I love that one too, and Women of Illustration. Those are probably my top ones for illustration podcasts, but other than that, as you can see, I listen to quite a variety of podcasts while I work because it's my favourite thing to have on while I work because I don't have to look at it. It's just in the background and it's slightly more different than music. It's like when you're working on your own, it's nice to have other people talking to you and pretend that there's somebody there. I sound so sad. So yeah, YouTube, Instagram, you know, standard. I use it as a portfolio of my work pretty much. And I really love the story feature. So if you do follow me on Instagram, I post quite a lot of stories, and I also post my work and work in progress, and I follow a bunch of illustrators and also friends as well. So my feed is quite mixed, but I quite enjoy Instagram. It's probably my favourite one. I've slightly gone off it. I've not gone off it, but I think it's been a bit difficult lately. They've been making some weird changes, but I do still love Instagram. Facebook is just a personal Facebook. I do have a business Facebook page though, but it's not my favourite social media. Messenger, well, you know, just Messenger for my friends. Twitter's one that I actually never thought I would get, but lately it's been growing on me quite a lot. I do quite like Twitter. It's nice to kind of see what's going on and especially like the illustration community on Twitter are just the loveliest people, so it's really nice to see their posts, and it's like a really encouraging community, which I think sometimes Instagram is a community where Instagram is a community which can sometimes feel a little bit competitive. I think if you're in a bad place, Instagram can sometimes make you feel a bit worse, whereas I think Twitter's quite an uplifting community. So here's just my little Twitter. I post work and I also kind of ramble about things as well, if you're interested in Twitter. Pinterest I use for inspiration. When I want to find just inspiration for a topic, I will usually go onto Pinterest, but I also kind of just use Pinterest for everything. I use it for illustration, but I also use it for like interior. I use it for when I'm decorating something. I use it for when I want to make invites, or I really do use Pinterest quite a bit. I mostly use it on my iPad though, because I prefer the bigger screen. It's almost like making pin boards when you were younger and you'd like cut and stick things out of magazines, but you can do it straight away and there's no cutting and sticking and you don't get glue everywhere. That's kind of how I feel about Pinterest. LinkedIn I use for business. Pretty standard. I quite like LinkedIn actually. It's got me connected to some interesting people. But one of my social medias that I really like, and I don't think many people know about, is called The Dots. So I'm just going to open it up and see if we can get in. Obviously I can get in, but I usually use it on the computer. I don't use the app so much, but it's basically a social media for creative industries. So illustrators, photographers, graphic designers, probably more, art directors, like there's a lot of people are on there. And I really like it because basically you have a profile a bit like this, so you can post your work there, just similar to like Instagram. It's similar to Behance actually, it's similar to that. However, it's got a much nicer community feel, I find, and also they reached out to me last year and invited me to a portfolio review, and I got to meet some art directors from like, the BBC, Wired, I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but I got to meet loads of like different companies and art directors, and I also got to meet loads of different illustrators based in London. I can't speak, which was really nice. So they have these kind of real life portfolio reviews and they run them quite often. Let me see if I can find them on the app. I don't know where they are. If you go on the website, there's an events one. There's an events section. I'm not sure where it is on the app, but there's an event section on the website and you can find these portfolio reviews, and I think they do sometimes charge now, just not much. It's like £5 or £10. It's basically just to reserve your spot, but I actually got a very exciting job from that portfolio review, so it's definitely worth doing things like that. It's really great to have another opinion on your portfolio, especially after you've left university. So yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely go on The Dots, and it's also just a great portfolio site anyway, and it connects you with a lot of great creative people, so would recommend. So the only game I have on my phone is called Super Grav, and I play it with my boyfriend on the computer, and we discovered that you could get it as a phone game. Haven't played it that much on my phone yet, but I'm going to try and play one and just show you what it is. So it's basically like a good old-fashioned game. You collect things, you have like different missions, your little rocket ship thing, and yeah, to be honest, it's just really fun. I kind of like games like that. So yeah, that's the only game I have on my phone. Good old Netflix, which I only really use when I'm out and about and I'm really bored, and I just go on my Netflix and use it on my phone. Other than that, I probably would watch it on my iPad or my computer. Scannable, I use to scan receipts, just for my own records, tax records purposes. Clue is a period tracking app. I actually think it's one of the better period tracking apps, so if you're in need of one of those, I would recommend it. My Vodafone I just use to track my minutes, data, text, the standard stuff. However, it also, if you are on Vodafone, you should download this app because there's like a little gift thing there, so you can get. I'm not going to open it because I don't think all my bank details might be on it, but yeah, you can get treats sometimes, like free cookies and free drinks, and yeah, get a few odd treats. WhatsApp, just used for friends and also a little bit of business stuff, but yeah, WhatsApp is just WhatsApp. Uni days, shouldn't really have that on my phone anymore. Night Sky, another fun one. I just have the free one though. How do I get out of this? No thank you. I must admit I don't pay for this app, but I use it. You can just see where the planets are, So like right beneath us right now, I can see Pluto, I can see Saturn, I can see the moon. Yeah, I love it. I really love this app. So I would definitely recommend, because it's just a bit of fun really, and it's quite interesting. So yeah, that is called, oopsie, what was that called? Night Sky, and it's just the little purple one. IKEA Place. I'm quite a big fan of IKEA. It's another guilty pleasure of mine. I could go there and just buy nothing and go to the cafe and look around and probably spend a good half a day there and fully get a lot of enjoyment out of that. We normally go to the Wembley one. I sometimes go to the Reading one. I love IKEA. Love a good IKEA. But the app's quite fun. I can't really show you it here, but it has like the IKEA catalogue on, and you can select like a bit of furniture, say, or anything really, and you can place it in your phone. So it's like a virtual reality type thing in your phone. You can place it in your house, so you can like get a cupboard and you can like place it in the living room and then like walk around it and see how big it would be and see if like something, so you wanted a desk, you could see if the desk would fit in your room and how it would look. And it's really weird, like you go up and you're just like, oh, it's there but it's not there, it's there but it's not there. It's very weird, but it's good fun. So yeah, if you're redecorating or you just really like IKEA, or the virtual reality stuff is just fun, I would recommend IKEA Place. YouTube Studio, just to track YouTube videos. VSCO is my favourite editing app. I use this quite a lot for Instagram stories, photos, or that's kind of it. Sometimes the odd Facebook photo as well. So yeah, you can just edit photos on there. Picture of my feet, not sure why, in Brighton. I went there on my birthday. But yeah, I use it for just whenever I want to edit a photo. I nearly always do it on VSCO Cam, because I think it's the better one of the editing. I don't really use the site to like post the work, I just use it for the editing feature. Follow track is just an Instagram follower tracker thing, just so I was following so many people, and most people like wasn't illustration accounts, it was just random accounts from years ago. So I just used it basically to go through and kind of sort out who I was following, and yeah, you can just see your Instagram followers on there. Harrison Hall is my favourite coffee shop locally to work in. I don't know if there's many of them, to be honest, but it's just a coffee shop, fairly local, and I really like working in there. It has a nice environment, and yeah, I like it. That's that one. Amazon Alexa. I don't want to shout that thing out. It'll start talking to me. I love that device. I use it for alarms in the morning. I also use it to set reminders, so I'll be like, set me these reminders, or put these on my to-do list, and it will read it out to me throughout the day, and I can like tick things off my to-do list. You can also play music on it, so I quite like using it for that. So Canva, what is Canva? Obviously you can see I don't use it very much. I think I used it for Instagram stories. I think someone recommended it to me for Instagram stories. I haven't used it yet, but you can make like nicer layouts and it has more text options. So I'm pretty sure that's what that was. These two apps are just for my headphones. I have Sony X. They were very expensive. Basically, I just wanted the best noise cancelling headphones. I went to John Lewis, I asked them, and they recommended these headphones, and I tried them all, and it was these and the Bose ones, but I just preferred I'm probably saying the names wrong. I just preferred the noise cancelling and like the features on these ones. So yeah, it's just for my headphone app. So whenever I'm listening to podcasts, I always have it on these because they're noise cancelling, and if I'm in a cafe or if I'm at home, I don't hear anything else. And they are very good at noise cancelling as well. Music Centre, yeah, I just really use the headphone app for noise cancelling. Eventbrite is good because I sometimes find events in London. I feel like quite a lot of talks I go to are run through Eventbrite. So you can say like Get Out. I'm not going to go through the app right now, but yeah, you can find events. Apple TV I don't use. We have Merlin annual passes with my family. My brother is completely obsessed with roller coasters, and it also means we can go on like the London Eye and different events in London as well. Like it was a gift for Christmas for like the whole family. So I have the theme park apps on my phone because it means I can track the queue times, and then when we're there we can like run to the rides that have the smallest queues. I do love rides, but lately, because I've had a few, I just feel like I get a lot. I'm definitely getting old. I used to be so good at roller coasters, but now I do find I get a little bit sick on them, so just make sure that's working. yeah, I do find it get a little bit more sick on roller coasters than I used to. Scan and translate, I use it when I'm abroad, so I can like scan the back of labels to make sure there's not like sneaking meat into something I'm buying. Basically, that's basically just what I use it for, checking ingredients in food abroad. Ask NHS is an app my doctors told us to get. I'm not a massive fan of it. It's like a virtual reality person that checks your symptoms, but I'm sure it can be useful for some people. Kindle, I do sometimes read books on the go. Do I have books on my phone one though? Yeah, so you can just have your books available on there. So here's my actual Kindle, and then if I've just got my phone on me, I can read the book, and it will tell like, this is the one from your Kindle, do you want to go back to that? And you can just carry on reading it on your phone, which is nice. H&M app, I think I just got it because I was buying some clothes and they offered a discount, so yeah. ITV Hub, I think I used it for some documentaries. This is the Roli keyboard app, and I bought my boyfriend the Roli keyboard for his birthday. It's kind of a normal music keyboard, but it's also not at all. So it's like a little keyboard, but instead of like typing, instead of playing the keyboard like this, you play it like that, and you can like make loads of different tones. And he does a lot of synthwave music, so it allows him to get those kind of sounds. So it's quite fun for me anyway. I'm not skilled at music, but I quite enjoy playing on it as well. But yeah, that is it. That is all that is on my iPhone. I hope that this video was interesting. If you like this kind of thing, this is what I use, like the social media and how I kind of organise myself on it. And I just quickly wanted to say that I have absolutely no complaints about this phone. People were asking for a review as well, but I mean, all I can say is I'm really happy with it. I charge it about once every 2 nights, which I think is pretty damn good, to be honest. I think my average phone time is embarrassingly about 7.5 hours, and I still have no problems whatsoever with the battery. So I love this phone. Battery's great. The vlog I did, the last video that I filmed, was also filmed completely on this phone, front and back camera. So the camera's good, the battery life is good. Had no problems with the storage. Yeah, great phone. Really happy with it. Would definitely recommend to anyone on the lookout for this phone. If you like this video, or if you like illustration videos, organisation, working from home, anything along that kind of thing, please give this video a like and please subscribe. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye guys.